I'm first gonna preface that this video is absolutely clickbait. We will not be defeating anything today. We're gonna go over writer's block and learn how to be it. By the end of this video, we will know how to control writer's block and be free of it. Now that you're extremely confused and wondering why you clicked on my videos, like why you wonder why you click on any of my videos, that made sense, right? Okay. We can get started. People think inspiration and passion and the drive to do what we love comes from things like our environment, the media we're exposed to, the people we meet, how we're raised, etc. And in a case, that is all true, but there's another side of inspiration that no one talks about, and it's looked pretty down upon. It's called boredom. Boredom is something us humans avoid like the plague, because boredom is in a state which we are doing absolutely nothing, a filler. Boredom is a waste of time, but that is not true. In most cases, boredom is when us humans get the most creative and get to know ourselves more, learning new things and filling up time until something piques our interest. I'm starting to sound more like my therapist. I grew up pretty mature for my age. People think I'm 17 or 18 when I'm actually 15. I'm a really old school soul at heart. But before the glorious internet was in my knowledge, I spent a lot of my time just kind of sitting there taking in moments and not having any cool gadgets to fiddle with or video games to look at. I was more or less known as the weird kid or the nerd or whatever you like to phrase it, but I was just taking in the moments and making headcanons and scenarios in my head and thinking of the most random things that I want to experience one day. And I treated my life as if I was in a documentary, not to get confused with main character syndrome. That is completely different. I don't have that. But I didn't have anything to document my life with. I couldn't write anything down. I couldn't take a picture of anything, so I just took mental notes, and that's when my interest of creating started, really. As I continued with my life and I got older and older, I got diagnosed with a bunch of mental illnesses like anxiety, depression, BPD, ED. In that case, boredom is actually quite frightening and terrifying, but that's a story for another time. With that, I grew as an individual, not trying to avoid the beautiful state of boredom, but to actually live in it and look forward to it. Okay, with that being said, I have writer's block today, so boredom ain't gonna cut it. We're gonna go do stuff. Come on, we're going outside. Well, not today actually, because it's like 4 a.m. and I'm filming a video, so we're going outside in the video, but not actually currently. I'm just doing the voiceover right now. We're going to our local library, because as much as I would love to buy and collect books, first of all, I don't have a bookshelf, and second of all, I'm broke, so we have to borrow the books and use a library card. You probably can tell where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna make a dramatic entrance for absolutely no reason but more clickbait. You can find many ways on the internet on how to defeat writer's block. Heck, I'm sure even 5-Minute Craft has one just for the views, but what I found that works best for me is just reading. Like in most cases at school, when you can't solve a problem, you look at other example problems until you get it. Well, that's the same for writing. I can't emphasize this enough, but if you don't read, you can't write. Not to your fullest potential, at least. When you read, you start picking up on other styles and more ideas, and you start to learn more and more, advancing your knowledge of writing, which is what we want, right? Tactic 2 is really simple, especially for smaller writers and younger writers like me, but older writers can use this as well. I'm pretty sure they already know how to use this, but it's simply just to not write. Do other things, go distract yourself, do your work, just do something other than writing. Clean your room, we know you haven't done that since you've been locked in your room trying to defeat writer's block. Go make some food, go take a shower, go talk to your friends, go grocery shopping, say hi to your parents, because you know we've been locked in our room trying to defeat writer's block, which is why we're watching this video. But literally anything but writing. Oh yeah, and stay off the internet. That's not stimulating your brain, that's avoiding the problem, which will end you in an endless pit of numbers. That's not what we want. Tactic 3 is more for writers who write for a living, but even me as a small writer who does this on the side uses this as well. As chaotic as my life already is, make a routine for yourself and find the right time and find the right environment. For me, I write at this exact desk that I'm sitting on every single day. I write around at the same time. I know what time to write and when ideas will come up. For example, scenario planning and ideas and cute skits and romantic scenes that I want to put in my stories, or fighting scenes I want to put in my story, I know those are best thought of at night because I can get the most action-packed and the most emotional and invested into the actual scene. But when it comes to punctuation and grammar and how to phrase sentences, I'm better at that in the morning, not when I am delusional at night. It's kind of like brushing your teeth or eating. You have a set place to do it every day, you have a set time to do it every day, and even when your body doesn't want to do it, it's gonna do it due to the routine that is ingrained in our minds for centuries, and even since we were cavemen, we ate and did hygiene at the same time every day. When it's part of your routine, your brain knows to do it, even if you're not necessarily motivated to do it. Do not use this as a guide, but this is my routine. My routine is not healthy whatsoever because I have some problems that makes me wake up really early and stay up really late, so it's not healthy whatsoever. I wake up at around 8 a.m. almost every day, 9 or 10 if it's the weekend, and then I go to school from 8:30 to 1 p.m. I'm not a typical high school student, so I get to leave early, and I try to sneak in a little bit of writing during school, but that's not necessary because during school I'm supposed to be doing school. Supposed to be. I don't, but you know, each to their own, I guess. I will eat lunch and then I'll try to do some homework and write. I mostly do my homework because I have a lot of it. And then I'll have dinner, and after dinner I'll do more homework and more writing, and then I'll tidy up, shower, do some hygiene, and then I'll do more writing and homework, and then I'll go to sleep. I find that after dinner and before I sleep is when my writing is the best, and I don't get writer's block as often. I tend to stay up pretty late writing. I've gone days where I've been writing till 5 a.m. in the morning, but setting a routine is what will get your brain used to switching gears from schoolwork to writing, or eating to writing, or getting your brain to switch from whatever your task you're doing to actually writing. I give myself a lot of opportunities to write throughout the day. I think there's 3 or 4 times where I give myself a set time to actually write, but that does not mean my writing is good. As long as you're getting things down on a paper or doc, it'll be a lot easier to fine-tune and edit your ideas once they're actually written out and set out. I can't emphasize this enough as well, but I'm pretty sure every single author can agree to this, but always write down your ideas because you're not going to remember them. This is also a good opportunity to tell you that writer's block isn't real. It's a concept we made to describe being stuck and not being able to create, and as I like to call it, underthinking. But despite having writer's block, look at all the things we accomplished today in the midst of it. And even after all this, I can't describe how badly I wanted to just sit at my desk and start writing. This isn't a very popular opinion, and I've gotten some hate for it, but I believe writer's block is a part of the process. And like boredom, it should not be avoided at all costs, and it's temporary. It's meant to be a time where you can be creative and look for new ideas that may pique your interest that you never really thought of. Most passions start with boredom. For example, I'm pretty sure our parents all signed us up for after-school curricular activity because we had nothing to do after school. I'm guessing you started your favorite sport due to trying it at recess because you were bored. It's all starting from boredom. And we should embrace boredom and live in the moment instead of trying to run from it, because really all you're doing is running away from opportunities to get new ideas. You should make the most out of your writer's block, even if it seems like a waste of time.